Today I'm going to be cooking what is widely considered as Spain's national dish, the paella. Golden saffron rice, tender squid, juicy prawns and that crispy socarrat at the bottom. Simple ingredients, big flavour. If you've ever been to Spain, I'm pretty sure you've had a paella, and if you haven't, you are missing out. Paella actually refers to the pan. It's actually a peasant dish dating back hundreds of years and originated in Valencia, and the farmers would go out into the fields picking the rice, and then they would use whatever they had on hand, normally a mix of vegetables, sometimes snails, pork, duck, rabbit, whatever it may be. Traditionally nowadays, you're going to get a meat one, a mixed one of meat and fish, or a fish one, and we're doing the fish one today. It's not a complicated dish, it's actually really simple. I think people overcomplicate it. There are no real rules. However, I'm pretty sure if you talk to a Spanish purist, they will give you plenty of rules that I might not follow tonight. One of the most important things is the rice, and I'm using an Arroz rice here. I buy this from Amazon. I think it's about £8 for a kilo. Bomba rice is your preferred rice, but I like this because I find it absorbs the flavour better than the Bomba rice, the more expensive rice. And actually this comes from Valencia, so it feels a little bit more traditional. So we're going to start by heating our pan. Now, I appreciate not everyone has one of these. This is a paella or a paella burner. It's a 2-burner bit of kit, and if you haven't got one, it is definitely something to add to your outdoor kitchen for sure. And this is great because you can control the 2 burners separately. To start with, I'm just going to use the middle burner here, because we're going to sort of saute and cook stuff in the center to start with before we put the rice and the stock in. So we'll just light this up. I'm just going to turn this a notch or two. And that is a light. We're going to whack it up a little bit, get our pan back on. And this holds up to about a 48 to 50 centimetre paella pan. Just want that to heat up slightly. In the meantime, we're going to add a little bit of olive oil in the middle there. And I'm using a mix today. I'm keeping it quite simple of squid and some king prawns. Now the squid, if you've got a good fishmonger like I have, thank you to Ron Fowler and Sons here in Bookham, they will prep it for you. They didn't today. I actually prepped it myself, and I was going to show you how to do it, but I forgot, so I went ahead and did it anyway. But it's actually really easy, and I do have another video of my deep fried calamari, I believe, and my zesty lemon squid, and it will show you exactly how I do it. And then also here, I've got some lovely raw king prawns, which are deshelled and deveined, and then we're going to finish it off with some lovely king prawns with the shell and head on. That is a real treat. But to start with, we want to cook the prawns off. So I'm just going to chuck those straight into that pan. There's 4 of us eating tonight, so I've got quite a few here. It really is just rice, some seafood and a couple of veggies. But you can put, as I said before, whatever you want in it, really. This is just the way I like to eat it. And just give those a little stir around. Remember, the heat is just in that centre part at the moment. We've only got that 1 burner on. Just keep stirring them around. We just want these to be just cooked through. Don't need to incinerate them or anything like that, just so they are nice and pink. That's it, they're looking good, so we're going to get those out of the pan. I've got a fresh dish here for them, and we'll just keep those warm while we cook the rest of our gubbins. Oh, I've dropped one, don't worry. The dog will get that, or I'll have that later while you're not looking. Okay, that's it. And if you need to add a little bit more oil at this stage, that's absolutely fine. Let's just put a cover on that. Next in with our shell-on prawns, so they're going to go straight in again in that middle section in this pan. And again with these, we just want to cook them until they are almost cooked, not fully cooked. This is going to add some real depth of flavour to our rice. That's it, and then just give those a little flip over as well. Look at those, and the smell of those lovely fresh king prawns is amazing. Looking good. Perfect, give those about another 30 seconds on that side. That's it, and we're going to remove those now, add them to our other prawns, and just cover them in a bit of foil. just to keep them, or the flies away from them, more importantly. Tonight, there seems to be an awful lot of wildlife around, which we don't want. You need a little bit more oil in there, so I'm just going to add a touch more oil. And then next, we're going to go in with our squid. So just lob it in. Now, we like our squid, so we have quite a lot. That was 2 whole squids there. And again, just give it a little toss around in the middle there. Want it in that heat zone, just to partly cook it. A lot of people think if you cook squid for too long, it will go tough. That is true in some instances, but in this, it's going to be cooked in this pan the entire time the rice and the stock is in there, and it will not go tough, trust me. So now what I want to do is just pull this out to the outside edge. If you remember, we've only got that middle burner alight, so that's not going to cook anymore on the outside edge, just a touch, but it's not going to be sizzling away like the rest of it. Next in, you're going to go in with some red peppers. I've got 2 red peppers and 1 large white onion, which I have finely diced. And we just want to cook that out until those start to soften down. Okay, so that's starting to soften down nicely now. I'm going to go in with 3 cloves of chopped garlic. Again, that's optional. I like the garlic, so does my family, so that's what I always put in. And just stir that through, cook that out for about another 30 seconds. That's it, that is looking good now. The smells, once again, are amazing. Now we're going to go with some smoked paprika. Now, I like to go heavy on my smoked paprika because I like the taste of it. And this is this Silk Root brand. Have I got it that way? Yeah, Silk Root brand is a really good paprika. So I'm going in a couple of healthy teaspoons there. And again, stir that through your onion and pepper mix. Just want to cook out the rawness from that paprika. Next, a tin of tomatoes, and if you were being traditional, you'd grate a tomato, but I like my Muti brand, and that's what I'm using. Stir that through. Again, you want to cook this out for about another minute now, just to let all of those lovely flavours infuse. Okay, that is looking good. What we haven't done is salted it yet. I know the fish is a little bit salty, but it still needs a little bit more salt, and we are going to add some stock, which is also salty, but the rice can take it, trust me. Now we need to add in our rice, but before we do that, we need to turn on this external burner because now's the time we want to cook this properly, fully, not just that centre bit. So I'm going to switch on the outside burner here, give it a little light, and she is away. Rice. So we're using that rice, obviously. It's a bit like a risotto rice, to be fair. We don't want to overcook this, that's for sure. And I work on about 80 grams per person. So there's 4 of us eating. What's that? 320 grams of the stuff here. You don't need tons. And I'm just going to spread it around. We're going to give it a final sort of settling period in a minute, but that can go in. And again, now just bring everything together. So all of that calamari that we've had sat around the edges, we're going to bring all that in and just make sure that that rice is picking up all of that flavour. We've built up quite a lot of flavour in here. You know, we've had the veggies, we've had the fish already pre-cooked in here, so it's got a lot of flavour. And obviously the tomatoes and the paprika, I mean, that's a given, isn't it? But let's just do that. The old wind's picking up here. You have to be careful with these burners because they do tend to go out if they get caught too much. Right, that's it. I'm going to start now to spread it out a little bit. We'll come back to that though. Stock. Now, stock-wise, I'm using fish stock, which is one I'd made about a month ago, to be fair, and froze, but just use a North stock cube. And if you don't want a fish one, you could use chicken or vegetable. It would work perfectly well with this. And the quantities tend to be 3 to 1 with the Bomba rice or the Arroz rice that I'm using today. It's a bit different normally to your risotto or your standard rice, where it's normally like a 2 to 1. This tends to be a 3 to 1. So I'm going to empty in here just under a litre of stock. That's it. And this is your time now to sort of shimmy everything around, get it into a place that you want it in. But before it finalises, we do need to add one more thing, and that is the saffron. And here, I've got it in a little container here, so I have put it in there. I just want to get my tongs. What you want to do with this is just heat it up. So I'm just going to put it over the burners here, just to heat it up a little bit. It releases all the flavours in that saffron. Doesn't need to be too long, just needs a little whiz over there. Just enough in that foil to heat it through and get the best of the flavour out of it. That's it, that should work. And then get your saffron, and that is hot. And we're just gonna open it up. We don't want to waste any. This stuff is so expensive. You get hardly anything, and it costs a fortune. And then here, I'm worried the wind's gonna blow it away. Here I've just got a little bit of boiling water, and I'm gonna grab that saffron and just sort of crumble it in there like that. And again, don't want to waste that, so let's get all of that in there. Just give it a little stir around with my finger. And that is going to go in as well. That's it. Now is the time you can give it that final little stir, because once we've done this, we do not touch it. We're going to let this cook until it is done, which is going to take about 20 minutes approximately. And that looks good to me. Make sure all that calamari is nicely spread about. So we're going to leave that now and check on it in about 10 minutes time. Okay, so we're about 12 minutes in. If you have a little look at it now, it's reduced a fair amount. We're battling with the wind a little bit here. I have a wind deflector, but I forgot to get it out. Anyway, it's too late now. You'll see here, we've still got quite a bit of liquid in there. And what we're getting importantly is a little bit of stickage at the bottom. That is the prize stuff. So this has probably got about another 8 minutes left, I would say. And then we can add in our prawns. Okay, we are almost done. I don't know if you can hear this because there is a lot of noise out here, but you're listening for this sizzle. That's what you want, is this sizzle at the bottom, which means it's forming a nice crispy crust at the bottom. I don't know if you can hear that. Maybe if I shut up. There we go. So that's telling me now that we're ready to add back in our prawns. So I'm going to start with these little fellas. We're going to dart them here and there and everywhere. Again, we still don't want to disturb the actual rice. So we're just going to lay these on the top. And there we go. I think that's my last one there. They're hiding here. And then what I like to do is just lay around these lovely big fellows in a nice sort of pattern. Make it look nice and pretty. And then what I like to do, some people do it afterwards, I actually like to lay the lemon in now because I like my lemon to go a little bit warm. I find it just adds another dimension to the flavour. Tastes absolutely amazing. But that looks about right. And now at this stage, I'm going to turn both of these burners off. Like so. Now I've got a lid for this. If you haven't got a lid for your paella pan, just cover it in foil or a cloth at this stage, and you just want to put that over the top and leave it for about 10 minutes ideally. We want that rice now to relax a little bit, absorb any of that extra liquor that's in there, but also those prawns to heat through nicely. Okay, that's had its time. Let's take off the lid. It looks pretty as a picture. All I want to do is finish it off with a little bit of finely chopped parsley. Oh, I cannot wait to tuck into this. I'm looking forward to one of those juicy prawns. Let's dish some of this up, and fingers crossed that socarrat is pretty much burnt exactly the way I like it. Okay, let's just put that to one side. I'm going to put this lid on it because this is our dinner, and I will be shouted at if it is not hot. Right, let's give this a try. Ho, 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 ho. Been looking forward to this all day. Cheers. Wow. That, top notch. You got that lovely socarrat on the bottom. The flavours are just outstanding. Considering really, there's not an awful lot in there. Okay, the peppers, the onions, the garlic, but really smoked paprika, some saffron, a bit of stock. The fish really helps it. That squid is perfect. It's like melt in your mouth. Oh my, oh my. I've got to have a prawn. That is next level good. Absolutely perfecto. I know paella may seem quite daunting. Hopefully, after watching this video, you'll give it a go at home. It really isn't that hard. Anyone can make it. And that paella cooker I've got, sorry, I think we've got some sort of army assault going on here. That paella cooker, you can cook that, you can use that inside or outside. It's a perfect little bit of kit and they're not that expensive. I think I paid about £60 for that and it just hooks straight up to your gas bottle. Guys, that's it from me for today. I really appreciate you watching. And if you're new to the channel and you like the content, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. Please also like, share, comment. And if you've got a hype button, I'd really appreciate one of those. If you're local to me and live in Bookham, I will be making this up at Ron Fowler and Sons. So we're doing another event up there in about 3 weeks' time. And I'll be making up lots of these paellas exactly the way I've done it today. And we're giving them away for free, as always. So please come and pay me a visit. I'll put all of the details of today's seafood paella down below in the description, as always. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, it's cooking good.